Okay, if we go very briefly, the commercial invoice, obviously we need to have in Mexico a place and date, an invoice number, even though it's an internal number, it's very important to assign an ID number so that way we can refer to that document. Imagine if we had to look with, you know, your invoice number for 30 digits that the IRS assigned to this document, it will be a little bit more difficult, the communication. So we still recommend to provide an invoice number, even though it's just for internal purposes. Has to have a consignee name and an address if it's different from the importer in the US, or it has to have a product ID so we can, so it can be sent into the COVE, into the BUSEM, the single window. If the product don't have an ID, we have to more or less give it a consecutive number just for to identify it, because it's obligated to send it to the through the COVE to the electronic invoice. Quantity, unit value, and also the unit that is being sold. If it's a package or if it is a piece by pound, by yard, it has to say how are you selling this merchandise or how you are buying it, depending northbound or southbound. This is very important because we are obligated to declare the unit that it's handled on the World Organization units, or we call it OMA. It's a standard for all the world. So we have like 1,000 sales units. So we have to declare the one that the supplier is providing. You know, it can be pills, drums. We have to declare a specific ID for that unit. Also, all invoices have to have the total, has to be totalized and give us the currency. It can be in US dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever is the currency, it has to be on the invoice. And obviously all the information of the sellers, the seller name and the address. We have been asked very frequent if the seller is obligated to put in their invoice, their tax ID. Let's say you are sending merchandise into Mexico. It's not required, but it's you have to provide it to your customer or to the Mexican broker because it has to be linked. It cannot, not necessarily has to be printed on the invoice, but it does have to be provided.